when we have data sets, we could have potentially lots and lots and lots and lots of data values. So what we want to do is reduce those down to just a couple of numbers so that we can make much better sense of what the data actually looks like. And that brings us to the idea of measuring the center and spread. Two numbers that we can potentially have are the center of the data, whereabouts we estimate the middle of the data to be, and the spread, how spread out it is from that middle. So clearly you could have data that's very compact like this, and you could have data that's much more spread out like this, and they could have exactly the same middle, but clearly this data set's quite different. So the mean is a measure of the center, and you should have met this before. You add up all the data values and divide by the number of data values. That's the mean. The median you should have met before. It's the middle, and notice how I've got the middle in quotes because there may be two middles, and we'll deal with that in the examples. And we can find whereabouts the middle is by evaluating n plus 1 over 2, where n is the number of pieces of data. Now you may have done this before by crossing off from each end until you get to the middle, which is all well and good if you've got 7 or 8 pieces of data, but you wouldn't want to do it with 1,000. The mode is the most commonly occurring piece of data. The mode may not be unique. There may be more than one mode, and it may not exist. For example, if our data was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, does it have 6 modes? Does it have no mode? The range is different. It's not a measure of center like the others. The range is a measure of the spread of the data, and it's simply the maximum value take away the minimum value. So what we want to do is find the mean, median and mode for the data set given here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces of data. And the smallest one of those is a 1. I'm going to put them in order even though I don't need the order for all of these measures. It just makes sense to do it. We've got a 2. And then we've got a 3. So that's 3 of our data values. We don't have a 4, but we've got a 5. And then no 6, but I've got 2 7s. And then I've got an 8, a 9, and a 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got all of them. So clearly there's 2 7s and 1 of everything else. So the mode is 7. Now let's look at finding the median. Now what did I say to you? N, add 1 divided by 2. So that's 10 divided by 2, which is 5. So that tells us that the 5th piece of data is our median. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. That's the middle piece. You can clearly see it's in the middle. And therefore the median equals 7. So this calculation just tells you where the median is. Then you have to go and find the median. So the mean, we're going to add them all up. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 divided by the number of pieces of data, which we said was 9. So that's a calculator jobby. So 1 and 2 and 3, that's 6, 11. Add, so then the 2 7s, 14. And what do we have? An 8, a 9 and a 10. So 8, add 9, add 10. And divide that by 9. And that gives us 5.7 recurring by the looks of it. And finally, the range is just the largest piece, take away the smallest piece, and that gives us 9.